Hey, what's up guys? Thomas or Tomas Apodaca, kettlebellstrengthclub.com. So here with another demonstration video. So now that you've established your two-arm swing, your one-arm swing, you have that hinge down, you know how to properly engage that core, glutes, abs, and hamstrings, and apply your breathing techniques to the swing, we're going to move on to the one-arm clean. So again, like I said, the foundation is going to be knowing how to hinge properly and generate that force in your glutes, hips, core, abs to propel that ball forward in the swing. And same thing or similar in the clean, except instead of the ball coming forward, we're taking that force and redirecting it backward. So we're coming here, racking it into the side. So a great way to start with that is, again, without a load. So what I'd like you to, so there's a couple ways to break this down. Depends on how you're going to learn it. You can try each one until one sticks. So again, hinge, same thing, hinge down. Okay, we have that ball. And the difference between that one arm swing and the clean is going to be, as we generate that, instead of the ball going forward, generate that force and that power, we pull back and the ball ends up in the rack position. So I'll show you what that looks like. So we hike it back. So instead of that ball going forward, I redirected it back into that rack position. Okay, so down. Let's do it again. See how I pulled it back and I used that force to redirect that ball into a strong rack position. Okay, so down. Let's do it again. So grab that ball. Now it's your turn. Get that ball. Light ball, guys. We're just getting this clean established. So use a light ball. We want to avoid banging that forearm. And if you do this correctly and follow the steps I'm showing you, you'll do this well and you won't bang up your forearms there. So if you are banging your forearms, you're doing something wrong. Don't go out and get forearm pads to prevent that. You need to learn these movements correctly, and you won't have to worry about bruised or sore forearms. All right, so we're setting up. We hinge down. Ball's here. This other hand could be in that rack position or out to the side. We hike it back, and we clean to the side. Okay, I'll show you what that looks like from the front. All right, so here, hinge down. Ball's here. Rack position. Vertical forearm. Elbow down. Wrist straight. Wrist is never bent. This is our solid rack position. From here we can press or do our squat or whatever we want to do. This is another progressive step towards being able to do your effective exercises with the kettlebell and everything I'll show you. Going from the swing, the hinge, the swing, two-arm swing, one-arm swing, to the clean, which is a setup for pressing or squatting movements. All right, so set it down. Okay, we're going to practice that again. Okay, so set up, bell here, bell's here. So what you want to do is pull back that bell. So the bell should rotate up and out of the rack position. So you have the bell here racked. To set it down, it should rotate this way. Okay, so that's where you want to get, is to that swing. We're gonna back up and establish a cheek clean. So that's the swing clean. There's a cheek clean, a floor clean, a swing clean. What I just showed you is where you want to progress to. You're gonna start with a cheek clean, again using that other arm to cheat the ball upward into that position properly. Still using that hip generation though. Alright, so difference between this is you're starting from the floor, you're hinging down, this other hand's right here on the bell, and you're going to generate, again, you gotta use those hips. You can't just pull with your arm and muscle it up. And you're gonna guide it into that solid rock position, okay? This is what it looks like. On the rack, okay? And to let it down, same hand, reverse the order, down. What I don't want, so that's how it looks. What I don't want is the ball flipping around bending that forearm. Don't want to do that, okay? It's a rotation of the bell, okay? So up, nice and smooth, right back down. Again, up, right back down. Let's do it again. Right back down. Here we go again. See how it's nice and soft? Just not bending my forearm. Nice and smooth. Now bring it down. Okay? So you can start off with the cheek clean. Establish that well, and then you can take that arm away, that assisting arm, and do a floor clean once you have that strong movement established. And I'll show you what that looks like now. So the floor clean is going to be, so again, assuming that you're using a bell that you don't need to swing clean, because when you're using a bell that's heavy enough and big enough, you're going to need that to generate that momentum to swing that bell. You're going to need more full body glute, hip, and hamstring power and core power to generate that force to get that bell up. So if I were using a 24 kilo bell there, I would need to swing clean that bell to get it up, more so than the 16 bell that I have here. So from the floor, so back to the floor clean. So bell's here, same thing as the cheek clean, except we're not cheating with this arm anymore. We're pulling back into that rack. Okay, same hit, same thing applies. Same force is generated in the same areas. Okay, the same muscles. So here, bell's here. Okay, and then so we're not using this hand anymore. We rotate it right back down, right back up. Back position, down. Okay? Let's do it again. So now you're going to join me now that you see what it looks like. Set up, just like we did the cheek clean. Take that cheek hand away. So as you come up, we're pulling back. Okay? We're not swinging, we're just pulling that elbow back. And the bell should land in that rock position. I'll show you what that looks from the side. Okay? So you're here, right above that bell by your toes. Hinge down, line it up. So I pull my arm back, came to the rack position. Right back down. And again. Okay? Should land here. So the bell should sit nice between this little area here, between your shoulder and your forearm. That's the rack position. Okay? That's what you want. You'll feel with that, when it's done correctly, you'll know that feels correct and it sits there nice and comfortably, okay? So rotate it down. Okay, we can do that again, okay? You can do this with me, okay? So again, down, pull back, belt's racked, okay? Let's do 3 together, starting from the floor. Here we go. And up. 1. Put it back down. Up. 2. And up, and 3. Sit down safely, all right? That is your floor clean, guys. That's the floor clean. So you're starting with the cheek clean, and then we have the floor clean, then eventually get to that cheek clean when the bell gets heavier, okay? As you're just starting out and using 12 or 16 kilo bells, maybe 20 kilo bells, you don't necessarily need the swing clean yet. You can generate enough force to get that bell up from the floor. As you get heavier in a bell, you need that swing, okay? So taking the next step, applying, again, the same thing as a one-arm swing. Again, same principles. Hiking it back, setting up, hiking it back, swinging the bell back, but instead of the bell going forward, going to that rack, okay? So, I'll show you what that looks like, and then you can practice it. So, set up, same hinge, bell here, swing, redirect that bell to the rack, okay? Set it down, let's do it again. Okay, here we go again. Notice how I'm engaging those lats. lats, okay? So shoulders on up here, they're down and shrugged. Pack down, not shrug, anti-shrug. Lats engaged. Okay, feels a little bit awkward with the light valve because I'm generating more force than I need. So I'm going to try that with a little bit heavier valve, so you know what I mean. Well, when I say that I need that force with the bigger valve. All right, so before you practice it, watch this one, 3 of these, and you apply that same technique to yourself, okay? So, again, getting that hinge down. Hinge. Back here, hike back, and clean. So I need to generate, I need more force to get that bell up. Now we come back down, sit it down. Again. Bell's here, rack position, ready to go. Press or squat. And back down. Here we go, one more time. There it is. Now, bring it down. And there it is, guys. So, practice that. One thing I want to add in real quick on the way down, when you're not doing the cheek clean or the floor clean, you're essentially moving that elbow away, letting the bell drop, okay? I'm not pushing it forward because then I'm going to have to chase that bell. So let me show you what that looks like with the lighter bell, because this is not a safe way to do it. So if I clean the bell and I'm bringing it down and I'm pushing it forward, I'm going to have to chase that bell. Where's that load going to go? Eventually my lower back. You don't want to do that. You don't want to hurt yourself. So set up properly. Clean. Move that elbow away. That comes down, okay? So keep that bell close to your body. Again, staying within this triangle area, the same triangle area that we need that we want to stay in on our swing. And if you do the swing correctly, like I showed you, and wait for that bell till your forearms are by your sides, you're going to hinge at the right time. Bell's going to be within this triangle area, above the knees. You never want to have the bell below your knees. Again, it's going to your lower back if you do that. If you do that correctly, you'll get within that triangle. Same thing on bringing that bell down from the clean, okay? So now it's your turn. We're going to practice that together. Grab your bell. We're going to do a swing clean, okay? 3 together. So, bell here. Set up. 3 together per side. And there's one. Right back down. Again. Open your hands. Make sure you have that rack position right. If you open your hands and the bell's coming either which way, you need to line up that vertical forearm better. All right. So right back down. Right back. Here we go. One more. Hands open. Okay. Set it down. Okay. So we're doing the other side. So 3 and 3 on both sides. So I haven't used this arm yet today. All right. So we're doing the same thing. So wherever I want you to remember what we just did on that side. Apply to the other side. Okay. Right back down. One thing you might think is, okay, my elbow looks a little different here. One thing I want to point out before we go any further, if you might have this same issue as well. I have a hyperextension issue on my elbow, and I have limited range of motion into this position. As you can tell, my elbow doesn't let me go any further. So it's going to look a little bit different. Doesn't mean that it's incorrect. It's as correct as I can make the rack position with this elbow. Again, as the bell gets bigger, it's going to sit right here fine, and it does do that. But if the smaller bell looks a little awkward, as I clean it up, okay. So see how I have this space with this bell, and the same thing. My forearm isn't able to get fully vertical because I have to, again, hyperextension, awkward development in my arm. Just the way I was born, just want to point that out because it's going to look different, a little bit different than this arm in my training programs, my workouts you do with me, and in my demonstrations as we are doing today. Just wanted to point that out. If you have that issue, let me know. We can work on that together and we'll go from there. But that doesn't mean that you can't learn these movements correctly. Okay? You just got to work with what you have. Okay? Same thing on my press. It's going to, again, hyperextension. My elbow hyperextend, so it looks a little awkward. So my lockout, my right arm, is going to look different from my left arm. So as I press it up, it looks different. See? Lockout, elbow looks different. So I just want to point that out. Now that we're covering that topic. Okay, moving on from there. So I want you to give me 3 and 3 cleans. 3 in the right arm, 3 in the left arm. Okay? So do it together. Right arm and clean. Sit down. Clean. Sit down. Clean. Sit down. Okay, left arm, same thing. Down. 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 Good, check it out. Go back to the right arm. 3 continuous swings. So clean, re-clean. 3 times, all right? So we're gonna go back into that swing, re-clean it, okay? Practice this. Again, start with the cheek clean, then the floor clean, then progress to this part of the clean, all right? The continuous swing clean, which I'll do in my training programs and my workouts you do with me. So this is something to practice, but progress to that. Don't just jump into it. All right, so here we go. So we're gonna clean 3 and re-clean it on each side. All right, this time, re-cleaning it. One more time. Set it down. All right, left side. Re-clean this time. Again. And down. There it is, guys. So that's the clean. I walked you through the cheek clean, which is where you're going to start. The floor clean, which is where you're going to progress to next after the cheek clean. And finally, the swing clean, from a dead stop clean to a continuous multiple rep swing clean, which you'll progress to as you get better and better, refine your skill, get stronger, and establish the foundation of training properly, effectively, and safely with the kettlebell. So try this out guys. Use this video over and over and over. Apply the fundamentals I just showed you. Same fundamentals that we applied as for the one arm swing, the hinging, the power generation, the breathing, everything applies. We're just generating that bell. We're redirecting it into the right position. So give this a go, guys. Practice, practice, practice. You're gonna get better and better. I'll see you guys in training. So whatever day you're training with today, whichever day you're yet to train with. So practice this in addition to the training you'll get and practice sessions you'll get working with me. So go get it, guys. Go after it. Get better and better. Expect success. Know you're gonna get there. And just do what you gotta do. One step at a time. See you guys.